Why was she searching for divorce? I always thought we had a strong marriage. Solid foundation. 10 years together, 6 of those married. We've weathered more storms than most couples I know. So when I saw those tabs open on her laptop, divorce, papers, how to spot infidelity, forums about leaving your partner secretly, my heart didn't just sink. It imploded. She'd left it open just on the couch. And the moment I saw what was on the screen, I couldn't breathe. I walked to the bathroom and threw up because she hadn't been acting strange. Not cold, not distant. We'd been glued at the hip, eat every meal together, share passwords, go to therapy, individual and couples. I work part-time running a catering business from home. She's in a high-stress demanding job, pulling 70 to 80-hour weeks. But we've always made time for each other. So why was she researching how to leave me? To understand why I spiraled so hard, you have to know where I come from. I wasn't raised in a home so much as I was bounced between disappointments. My mom and dad had a one-night stand that resulted in me. Neither of them wanted the job that came after. My dad would drop me at my mom's when I became too much, and she'd leave me outside her apartment, locked out until 2 a.m. I'd sit there with an empty stomach and an even emptier sense of self. School wasn't an escape. I was the weird, greasy-haired kid in worn-out clothes, invisible, unless someone decided I was an easy target. At 14, my maternal grandparents took me in. They didn't have much, but they had something I'd never known. Love. We crammed into a cluttered little house full of junk and secondhand furniture. But for the first time, I belonged somewhere. I was 20 when my grandfather's health began to fail. Around that time, I met her, my wife. She was 23, a consultant working insane hours and way out of my league. We met through a mutual friend at lunch and just clicked. We spent the rest of the day and night talking, no expectations, just connection. A month later, when Grandpa passed, she showed up uninvited to help clean out the house. Not because she had to, because she cared. That's when I knew she didn't just see me. She chose me. Then life threw her a curveball. She flew back to her home country to see her sick grandmother. We talked on her first day there, then silence. Days turned to weeks. I spiraled. I convinced myself she'd realized I was too much. Baggage. When she finally called, she sounded terrified. Her parents had taken her passport. She was sure they were going to force her into an arranged marriage. She fought her way back, literally. She stole her U.S. passport back, and her old job who had already fired her paid for her return flight out of sympathy. When I met her, at the airport, she looked like she hadn't slept in days. Later, I found out she'd been living in a women's shelter. Her parents had drained her accounts and left her with nothing. I told her, come live with me, you're safe here. You're not a burden. She moved in, but insisted on paying rent, doing all the chores as if she had to earn her right to be loved. But I didn't need her to do anything. Just stay. We got married not long after. Her parents cut her off completely, and honestly, that hurt her, but part of me, maybe a broken part, felt validated. Like she chose me over the life they tried to trap her in. We built everything from the ground up. She rebuilt her career. I grew my business. She's the main breadwinner now. I take care of the house. We balance each other out. We still show up for each other. In therapy and in life, which is why those tabs shattered me. I hadn't done anything wrong. I've never cheated. I don't even look. She's the only person I've ever truly loved. She is my world, but my mind went there spiraling into a place where I wasn't enough, where I was about to lose the only person who's ever made me feel safe. I couldn't confront her. What if bringing it up planted the seed? What if I reminded her she could do better than someone like me? But she noticed. Last night, she gently asked, what's going on with you? About the tabs, about the fear, about how scared I was that she might want to leave. She stared at me for a second, and then laughed. She'd been reading a mystery novel with a terrible divorce-turned-murder plot and thought, I could write a better story than this. So she started researching to write her own version. That was it. It's all the tabs were, 4-story research. This morning, she showed me the draft. It's brilliant, genuinely. She's got a future as a writer if she ever decides to change careers, but something deeper clicked for me. I realized how quick my brain is to turn fear into truth, to take a tiny doubt and stretch it into a nightmare. My therapist suspects I have BPD. We're working on it. I've got a diagnosis coming up soon, and it's so hard when your partner becomes your emotional lifeline, your favorite person. Every tiny change in tone or distance feels like the end of the world, but through all of this, she's never made me feel like too much. She's survived trauma too. Her childhood wasn't filled with love either. But instead of running from it, she's become this incredibly strong, giving, brilliant human being. She doesn't stay out of obligation. She stays because she chooses me again and again. And real love is not the fairy tale. It's showing up when someone's mind is unraveling. It's holding their hand when they're drowning in self-doubt. It's choosing each other, even on the hard days, especially on the hard days.